Okay, guys, Kelly commentates here. I can't believe that I'm saying this, but it is time for the Grand Prix Final. We have finally reached this point in the season, and it is so exciting. Today is my Grand Prix Final predictions. I'm going to go through each discipline and tell you who I think is going to win and why. So go ahead and stick with me. The Grand Prix Final is taking place from Thursday, December 5 through December 8, and we're going to be starting with the pairs short program on Thursday as well as the women's short program. So let's go ahead and go through my predictions. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start with the men. This one was a little bit easier, although I do have a wild card pick for my third place finisher. In first place, no surprise here. He's had the highest long and short program, I believe, for the whole season. We have Ilya Malinin from the US. I think Ilya has made a lot of strides this season in his artistry, and a lot of people are really enjoying his free program. You know, it's kind of this vampire thing. He does a backflip just like Adam Xiaohemfa does. And I don't know, personally, it's not like my favorite thing, but I can be very appreciative that he's bringing flair, he's bringing kind of drama, and he's really kind of coming into his own as a skater. So I think he'll walk away with the title here very easily. In second place, the person who can give him a run for his money, it's Yuma Kagiyama from Japan. I think Yuma has really proven himself as a very strong competitor, really nipping at the heels of Ilya. So, with a few mistakes or, just depending how each person skates, Yuma could always take that first place spot. So in no ways am I saying, this is for sure going to happen, but just who I think will go ahead and take it home. So I do think Yuma will come out in second place. And for my wild card in third place, he was the first alternate who got called in when Adam Xiaohemfa had to withdraw due to an ankle injury he sustained in Cup of China. We have Mikhail Shidorov from Kazakhstan. I keep talking him up. I've been talking about this skater for a while. I really learned about him last year. Very dramatic, very, artistic, but then he has the very, very, very hard tech content. Now, he doesn't have some of the highest scores of the season, so this would require him to, have some of his best programs ever. But I don't know. I just think he's got the momentum on his side, and I can see him sneaking out a third place, bronze medal or possibly fourth place. Now, I do know that, some things may need to happen for that to happen, but I don't know. I'm calling it. I think Mikhail Shidorov is going to take the bronze. If this scenario does come to be, I think the fourth place finisher will either be Shun Sato from Japan, or it's going to be, I think it'll be Kevin Amos from France. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the women here. This one was a little bit easier for me. I just kind of feel like, of course, Kiori Sakamoto is going to win from Japan. She's had a wonderful season. She had a little shaky start to the beginning, getting third place at one of her first competitions. But ever since then, I feel like she's really been on the rise. She's been working on her programs. She has top-notch packaging. Now, her free skate isn't, my absolute favorite, but I do think that Kiori just overall, she's a 3-time world champion. I don't know, give her the Grand Prix medal, have her take it home. I think she's going to come out on top. Now, if there is a challenger, it could be either of the next two ladies. In second place, I have Amber Glenn from the US. Now, Amber has gotten close to Kiori's, scores, but I think for Amber to beat Kiori at this point in the season, she would need to have like 100% clean skates and perform even better than she already has been. And I just don't see that at this point. I think even with the 2 triple axels, one in the short and one in the long, I think Kiori just beats her on so many other things like skating skills and, just other component marks that are going to, still let her keep her win. So I think this will be good for Amber not to win. I was thinking, pros and cons of both scenarios if she wins or doesn't, but I think it's better for her to get second place here, or at least just get on the podium and prove to herself she can do it, and then come Worlds, she'll have her chance to possibly get a world title. We shall see. In third place from Japan, I have Monet Chiba. She has some of the highest scores of the season. She has the third highest free skate score. I just think that the momentum is really on her side. It breaks my heart because I really want Wakaba Higuchi to sneak onto the podium here. And while she certainly could, I think it would require some mistakes from Monet Chiba at this point because, she just has a higher ceiling to help her out. And I would call it here that either Wakaba Higuchi or Rina Matsuke will come out in fourth place at the Grand Prix Final. All right, let's get into ice dance here. So in first place, I do foresee that Chalk and Bates will take home the title. They have the highest scores of the season. They are 2-time world champions, and I really like their programs. I think they've really grown on me from the start of the season. I really love their free skate. It is so dreamy. It just takes me to a different place. I absolutely love it, and I think they'll come out on top here, barring any kind of mistakes. In second place from Canada, I have Gillis and Poirier. I think they've just really solidified themselves as the number 2 team in the world. I just think that as long as they go out and do what they can do, just hold steady and try to get all of their components and get all of the skills down in their programs, I think they will do enough to come out in second place. And in third place, even though they qualified in first, I do think it's going to be Fear and Gibson from Great Britain. I think that they have a lot of momentum. They qualified in first, but their scores, for the overall season are just not high enough to where we really need them to be in order to come out, higher than third. Unfortunately, this scenario means that Guinard and Fabri from Italy would likely come out in fourth place. They could get onto the podium here and possibly switch with Fear and Gibson, but I don't think their programs have really helped them this season in terms of giving them that momentum that I think they do need. So I don't foresee Guinard and Fabri getting onto the podium, but again, anything can happen. Okay, this one is interesting. Unfortunately, we have had Stellato, Dudek, and Deschamps pull out of the Grand Prix final. Unfortunately, Deschamps has fallen ill, and so they will not be performing at the final. So because of that, I do have some predictions here. Okay, I'm throwing out a crazy one. I don't know. I just feel like Medalkina and Barulava from Georgia are going to come out on top here. Now, certainly, Mura and Kihara and Haza and Volodin, are more than good enough to beat them handily. But I don't know. I just feel like they have the momentum, and I think they've done really well this season. They have the highest free skate score. I think as long as they nail the short program and get a few more points than they've been getting, they'll probably set themselves up to get a gold medal here. That's what I think will happen anyways. And so that is my prediction for first place. I think Mura and Kihara will do enough to take home the silver medal here from Japan. And I don't know, I just think that they've had a good season so far, and I think they're going to finish off strong here at the Grand Prix final. And in third place, taking home bronze, are last year's winners, Haza and Volodin from Germany. I don't know, they could certainly win again this year, but I just think that Medalkina and Barulava somehow are going to pull it off. So that is my prediction. Now, because of that withdrawal, Gilardi and Ambrosini from Italy are in, and I do think, hopefully they'll have a very good competition. Wonderful that they are getting the chance to perform here and get another competition under their belt. I do think the fourth place finisher is likely going to be Conti and Machi from Italy. I think, they could certainly get onto the podium, but my prediction is they will take fourth place. All right, guys, those are my predictions. What do you think? What are your predictions? Do you think I've got it right? Or, who do you think will win? Who do you want to win? Thank you so much for listening. I'll keep it short and sweet this week. Enjoy the Grand Prix finale this weekend, and we'll talk again next week. Over and out. This is Kelly Commentates.